Summary of Chapter 6, The Individual Point of View. In this chapter, Wattles focuses on how you should view yourself and others to foster personal and spiritual growth. The key message is that everyone is perfect in their current stage of development, even if they appear flawed or incomplete. Instead of condemning or criticizing, we should see both ourselves and others as advancing toward completeness. Key points. View the world as perfect but unfinished. Just as with society, we must see the world and individuals not as bad or evil, but as perfect and evolving. Every person, no matter how flawed they seem, is simply in an incomplete stage of growth, like a lily that hasn't bloomed yet. When people seem off track, they are like an engine that has gone off the rails, not evil, just in need of realignment. They don't need condemnation, just guidance to get back on course. No judging or criticizing others. Once you recognize that everyone is a work in progress, you'll lose the desire to judge or criticize. People don't need saving from damnation, but rather assistance in becoming the best version of themselves. Viewing others as advancing toward perfection puts you in an expansive, positive state of mind, allowing you to interact with people in a way that encourages their growth. The right attitude toward yourself. You must view yourself the same way a great soul advancing toward completeness. You are a manifestation of God, perfect as far as you have come, even though you are not yet complete. By affirming that you are free from imperfection, sickness, or fear, you align yourself with the perfection of God within you. This mindset brings you closer to developing a powerful personality, conquering fear and weakness. Recognizing the divine perfection within yourself helps eliminate fear, doubt, and feelings of weakness. You will realize that nothing can be wrong except your attitude, and that can only be wrong when you disobey your inner guidance. By holding this view of yourself and others, you expand your mind and spirit, enabling personal growth and the development of a strong, great personality. Example: how to deal with others using this viewpoint. Imagine a scenario where a coworker makes a mistake on a project. Instead of viewing them as incompetent or careless, you recognize that they are still learning and developing, just like you. Rather than criticizing or judging them, you offer constructive help, knowing that they, like everyone, are advancing toward completeness. This attitude fosters collaboration and understanding and builds stronger relationships. By seeing others through this lens of perfection in progress, you elevate your dealings with them, creating a more positive and growth-oriented growth. In summary, Wattles urges you to adopt a viewpoint where both you and others are perfect in your current state while progressing toward a higher stage. This outlook frees you from judgment, enhances your interactions, and helps you develop into a great, powerful personality. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Summary of Chapter 7, Consecration. In this chapter, Wattles explains the importance of consecration as the next step toward greatness, which means living in obedience to your soul and the divine principle of power. True greatness comes from within and can only be achieved by aligning yourself with the highest part of your being, not just your intellect or reason, which can serve you out at a point. Consecration requires you to act on the highest principles and abandon outdated habits and unworthy actions. Key points. Obedience to the soul. Greatness is not attained through intellect or reasoning alone, but by obeying the divine principle within. Your mind can reason for both good and bad, but only the soul knows what is truly right. You must make your personal attitude one of obedience to the highest principles, and by doing so you will unlock true power. Abandon outdated and unworthy habits. There may be ideas, customs, or habits you've outgrown that still dictate your life out of habit. Wattles advises you to let go of these limitations, whether they are social conventions, outdated beliefs, or personal weaknesses that hold you back. This includes letting go of fears, distrust, selfishness, and anything that keeps you from living up to your highest potential. Live in accordance with your best thoughts. Act as well as you think. If your thoughts are noble and aligned with your highest ideals, your actions must follow. Your behavior in business, politics, and personal relationships should reflect the best and highest thoughts you can conceive. Treat everyone with kindness, graciousness, and courtesy, especially those in your immediate circle. See yourself as a great being and act accordingly. Winston Churchill as an example. Winston Churchill is used as an example of someone who was fully consecrated to his ideals. He was committed to bold, far-sighted actions, seeking reconciliation and fairness after the two world wars. Churchill's leadership during Britain's most difficult times showed his consecration to democracy and justice. He avoided division and confrontation when possible, while also fighting for what he believed was right, inspiring his nation with courage and determination. Surrender to a higher power. To be great, you cannot be ruled by physical impulses or lower desires. Your body must be ruled by the mind, and the mind must be governed by the soul, which in turn is guided by God. Consecration means fully surrendering yourself, body, mind, and soul to a higher purpose and principle. When you make this complete surrender, you take the next step toward achieving greatness. Example: applying consecration in daily life. Imagine you're facing a difficult decision at work where doing the easy thing would benefit you, but going the harder route is morally right. Instead of letting your reasoning mind justify the easier path, you listen to the higher voice within your soul and choose the path of integrity, even if it's more challenging. By obeying this inner principle, you'll act with greatness and integrity, just as Churchill did during his leadership, choosing long-term justice over short-term gains. This daily practice of consecration in your actions leads to greater power and fulfillment, aligning you with the divine principle within you. In summary, consecration is about aligning your thoughts and actions with the highest principles, obeying your inner voice, and letting go of outdated beliefs and habits. By doing so, you unlock the true power needed to achieve greatness. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Summary of Chapter 8, Identification. In this chapter, Wattles emphasizes the importance of identifying yourself with the principle of power within you, which is God Himself. The key idea is that you are not separate from God, you are already one with Him, but you must become consciously aware of this unity. This identification is not a false or symbolic position, but a real truth that you need to recognize and live by. Key points. Recognizing your oneness with God. Every person is already one with God because the principle of power resides in each of us. However, most people are not fully aware of this unity. To achieve greatness, you need to consciously identify yourself with God and the infinite intelligence that surrounds you. God has given everyone, not just a select few, access to this power. Your mind, limited by personal consciousness, can make mistakes, but by uniting with the universal mind which knows everything, you align yourself with a higher power. The universal mind. Surrounding us is a mind that knows all past, present, and future. This universal mind holds the memory of everything that has ever happened and everything that is yet to come. We are part of this mind and made from the same substance. This mind is closer to us than our own breath and hands, containing the knowledge of all existence and nature's great purpose. By consciously identifying yourself with this mind, you tap into unlimited knowledge and power. Conscious recognition. Identification with God must be done by conscious recognition, by fully accepting that you are already one with the infinite. The goal is to believe in the infinite God and surrender your personal consciousness to unite with a higher universal intelligence. This process is not difficult if you've already adopted the right point of view from previous chapters and have fully consecrated yourself to the divine purpose within you. Attaining power through unity. Once you achieve this conscious identification, the power of the universe becomes available to you. You become one with the infinite power of God, and as a result, you can access all the knowledge and strength you need to accomplish great things. Example: identifying yourself with infinite power. Imagine you are an artist trying to create a masterpiece. At first, you might feel limited by your personal skills and knowledge, doubting whether you have the ability to complete your vision. However, by consciously identifying yourself with the infinite intelligence of the universe, you recognize that the creative force within you is part of a much greater power. You are not drawing from your limited self, but from the limitless source of creativity that exists in the universal mind. By doing this, you let go of personal doubts and limitations and allow the universal power to flow through you, guiding your work. Your conscious identification with this infinite force allows you to create with confidence, knowing that the same power that created the universe is at work within you. In summary, identification means recognizing that you are already one with God and the infinite power of the universe. By consciously embracing this truth, you gain access to unlimited knowledge and power, allowing you to achieve greatness in all areas of life. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Summary of Chapter 9, Idealization. In this chapter, Wattles emphasizes the importance of idealization as a vital step toward greatness. The process involves imagining yourself as the person you desire to be and forming a clear mental picture of that ideal. This thought form acts as a blueprint that the creative energies of the universe will manifest into reality. The more defined and habitual this thought form becomes in your mind, the more you align yourself with it, attracting the necessary resources and circumstances to make it real. Key points. Creating a thought form. To become great, you must picture yourself as the person you wish to be. For example, a law student should visualize themselves as a great lawyer pleading cases with eloquence, possessing immense knowledge, and succeeding in every situation. By holding this ideal image constantly in mind, you will begin to attract the opportunities, skills, and external conditions necessary to turn that image into reality. This is how the creative forces of both the universe and your own mind work to bring about your desired outcome. Choosing your own path. It is crucial to set your own ideal and not let others dictate what you should become. While advice from others can be valuable, only you know what is truly right for you. You owe it to yourself to pursue your vision of greatness free from external obligations or false notions of duty. Be true to your own desires and ambitions. Once you have chosen your path, hold firm to it, even if others call you foolish or dream too big. Stay committed to your ideal, as it will guide you toward success. Historical examples. Wattles references figures like Napoleon Bonaparte and Michael Jordan to illustrate the power of idealization. Napoleon, even as a low-ranking officer, always saw himself as the master of France, and through his unwavering belief, he rose to achieve that vision. Michael Jordan envisioned himself as a great athlete early on. Despite facing setbacks such as being dropped from his high school team, he pursued his ideal with relentless determination, which led him to become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His discipline, mental toughness, and commitment to self-improvement helped him exceed expectations, even later in his career. The power of belief and determination. Your belief in your thought form must be unwavering. Even when faced with adversity or doubt from others, continue to dream and work toward your ideal. Skepticism and obstacles are part of the journey, but determination and consistent effort will eventually lead you to success. Example, the law student's idealization. A young law student aspires to become a renowned lawyer. Every day, she visualizes herself standing confidently in court, presenting powerful arguments and winning her cases. She imagines herself gaining profound knowledge of the law and being respected by peers and judges alike. Though she is still a student, she holds on to this ideal vision and works toward it with determination. With each day, her thought form becomes more real, and as she persists in her studies and practices, she finds that she attracts the right opportunities, mentors, internships, and cases that align with her vision. Over time, she grows into the exact ideal lawyer she had visualized. In summary, idealization is the process of mentally forming a clear image of your desired self and holding on to it consistently. By doing so, you activate the creative forces both within and outside yourself to bring this vision to life. Through faith, determination, and hard work, you can transform your thought form into reality. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Summary of Chapter 10, Realization. In this chapter, Wattles emphasizes that realization is the critical step that turns dreams into reality. It is not enough to simply visualize and create a thought form. You must also take action in the present to begin manifesting your vision. To realize greatness, you must combine internal belief with external action by doing small things in a great way, which leads to recognition and larger opportunities. Key points. Moving from dreaming to action. Creating a thought form your ideal self is only the beginning. After this, you must take real-world action. While you may not immediately achieve greatness in large ways, you can start by doing small things in a great way. This means putting the full power of your soul into everything you do, whether at home, at work, or in your daily interactions. Revealing your greatness through actions. Rather than telling people you are great, show them through your actions. Treat your family, friends, and neighbors with generosity, kindness, and fairness. Over time, people will recognize your greatness through how you live your life. Trust in your inner perception. Absolute faith in your inner sense of truth is essential. Do not act in haste or under pressure. Instead, be deliberate and trust your perception of truth, even if it goes against popular opinion. The more you trust in your inner guidance for small matters, the more your perception will grow, enabling you to make wise decisions in larger matters. Developing faith in small things. Start by trusting your perceptions in everyday situations. As you gain confidence, you will find that others begin to rely on your judgment. Over time, this trust in yourself will lead to larger responsibilities and greater recognition from those around you. Example of Fred Smith, founder of FedEx. A modern example of realization is Fred Smith, who conceived the idea of an overnight air freight company while in college. Despite early setbacks, including skepticism from his professor and financial losses, Smith remained faithful to his vision. He believed that his idea was sound even when others doubted him. Through persistence and trust in his convictions, Smith overcame legal and financial challenges, eventually building FedEx into a successful company. His journey illustrates the power of holding firm to your vision and taking practical steps to make it a reality, even in the face of opposition. Example, realizing greatness through small actions. Imagine a young musician who dreams of becoming a renowned pianist. Though she is not yet famous, she begins to play with passion and precision in every small performance, whether it's for family, a small audience, or in casual settings. She doesn't boast about her talent but lets her dedication and skill speak for her. As she continues to perform in this way, those around her notice her greatness, and soon she is invited to larger events. Over time, she gains recognition for her artistry, and her opportunities grow. By consistently doing small things with excellence, she moves closer to the larger vision she holds for herself. In summary, realization involves taking consistent, deliberate action to turn your thought form into reality. By doing small things in a great way and trusting in your inner perception of truth, you will eventually gain recognition and move toward greater opportunities, as seen in the example of Fred Smith and FedEx. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel.